Barakta Yahweh, Barakta Yahushai, Barakta Yahweh, Barakta Yahushai, Barakta Yahweh, Barakta Yahushai, Bahasham, Harakah Kodash. Also giving double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. And I also want to say peace and blessings. Salutations to the hopefully elect. Was a high spirit way in Judah of the GMS Mississippi camp. And today I want to go into a quick topic entitled the Nigger Paradigm. And what you see here is the word paradigm, and we're going to get the definition from vocabulary.com. It says paradigm. A paradigm is a standard, a perspective, or set of ideas. A paradigm is a way of looking at something. So how does this tie into the topic, the nigger paradigm? Because you're going to find out that Jacob or Israel has a paradigm. They live in a paradigm, or they are governed by a set of rules that causes their own destruction. They live by a belief system that causes them to cause their own effect. Yeah, you could blame it on Esau and this, that, and the third, but if you really study Jake, it's Jake's mentality or his paradigm, his perspective or set of ideas that causes his own destruction, okay? These men, I see the spiritual demon Satan is acting up right now, but these men, these young men here within our nation, nobody's really putting a gun to their head and say, pick up that gun or sell this crack. You know, a lot of Jakes are poor and Jacob misguided, but it's part of that nigger paradigm. Because what is our real God? It's our heritage. It's our laws, statutes, and commandments that orient us in our day-to-day life, all right? But we've been stripped of our leadership. We've been stripped of our elders, all right, up until now, of course. But, you know, let's get some of the things that constructs Jacob's paradigm, man. 2/3 paradigm, man. What are certain what ideas and beliefs that Jacob holds in his mind that causes him to cause this behavior, causes him to cause his own effect. All right. And one thing is it's honorable to kill your own kind. We must be the only race where it's just honorable and you're classified as a real nigga if you caught a body. And usually the body that you caught is a body that look just like your body. Okay. Another point is Jacob boasts about how much money he spent. Okay. How in the hell can we come into any type of elevation in this society or elevation or growth if you spend money on the very people that oppress your ass, man? Now, you know, we know we're going to get the kingdom. We're not actually trying to build the kingdom within the kingdom, but we studying Jake, man. Jake, you take pride in giving spending money, man. The races that come to power, they create products, they create services, they create products that they import to your ass, man. Import to America so people like you can consume it, man. Because part of Jake's paradigm is that he's a consumer and not a producer. All right. He's a destroyer and not a builder, man. All right. Another thing is, you know, our heritage has our rules and our law, statutes, and commandments to preserve our people. And that's something that's not taught in America, because in America, you know, with the women's liberation and basically the do without will spirit in general, America doesn't tell you that there, you know, for every action there's a reaction. Every action has consequences. You know, the laws and statutes and commandments that we have in our nation is to preserve our people. It's to make us an elite nation, and it's to preserve our people. All right. When you don't have any laws, you're set as self-destruction. So Jacob is a lawless nation, man. Our people are lost, man. Okay. And another thing I noticed too, before, you know, just studying history, before, you know, the civil rights movement or before integration, okay, and before they took the men out the household through the incentives like Section 8 programming and welfare, before they took the men out of the household, the perspective was from the two-parent households. So everything was judged and assessed based on the perspective of the two-parent households. So the people who were degenerates, they were looked at from the perspective of the two-parent households. So they were looked at as losers, thugs, guys that were up to no good. But now it seems that the perspective has switched lenses, and now it's from the perspective of the degenerates. So now our value system is based on the degenerates set of rules. So now if you're not that thug, if you're not that loser, if you're not that degenerate, then you're lame. Then you're a square or whatever they call it now. Okay? So we're judging our environment, or we're judging our nation not from the perspective of the leaders or the structured Israelites, but from the perspective of the degenerates. All right? Hence being a real nigga. But Jake doesn't understand that he's causing his own death, man. Okay? So that pretty much summed up that this topic, okay? And this is Isaiah 5 and 20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil. Like I said, the perspective is no more from ultimately a law, statutes, and commandments, but even as our time here in America, the perspective is not judged based on the structured household and how they view the environment. Now the environment is viewed from the perspective of the degenerates, man. You watch any rap video, one of those real hood rap videos, it's a bunch of niggas with guns and a whole bunch of money that don't own anything. In that raggedy hood they rapping in, they don't own a damn thing. And that's exactly where Esau wants you. And he exploits you. That's why you watch a rap video, it's an Israelite with his shirt off, and then the camera zeroes in on his boxes and his Calvin Klein boxes. Then the camera zero in on all these wine bottles and expensive champagne bottles on some yacht that they probably don't own. Esau is exploiting your stupidity, man. He's exploiting you, man. He's straight. Nobody's here to aid you, man. He's exploiting you. Your leaders, Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, they're exploiting you, man. This may hurt if this applies to you. Like if you're not in this truth and you just stumbled across this video, if you're not in the knowledge and you stumble across this video, it might hurt, man. But the truth is supposed to hurt. All right? I'm going to read that again, Isaiah 5 and 20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil. That's the nigger paradigm, man. That's the nigger mindset, the nigger perspective, man. All the things that causes your demise is honorable. Eating churches is honorable. Smoking weed is honorable. Popping pills is honorable. Commit adultery, that's honorable, man. Being vindictive, not turning the other cheek, or, how can I put this? Not being vindictive towards your own kind, man. That's dishonorable. You have to be vindictive towards your own kind, okay? Like I said, being careless is honorable. Not giving a fuck is honorable, man. But that's part of the nigger paradigm that's causing the destruction of our people, because the paradigm is pretty much your attitude towards things. And when a group of people share the same attitude, that's called a culture. Hence a black culture, man, a nigger culture. The nigger paradigm creates the nigger culture, man. Okay? So, that's our people, man. That's our people. We in America and Esau dropped the guns off and dropped the cocaine off, and he has oppression by legislation. But it's really your belief system, Jacob, Israel. It's really your belief system that causes you to do the very same thing that Esau wants you to do. And the Lord will, we're going to get on Eve, man, on the next one. Because it's both of you. Both of you are evil. And now y'all playing a gender war like little fucking kids. Both of y'all going off. Because y'all judge, the men of our nation is judging the women of our nation based on a Western standard. Y'all not judging anybody by the scriptures. Okay? Let me go back. And we'll get this last scriptures, Akil. This last scripture. Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. And we've been rejected in America, man. We're 12 tribes full of rejects. That thou shalt be no more priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children. All right. And we've been forgotten, it seems, in America, man. Although we haven't literally been forsaken, it's as though we've been forsaken, man. We've been temporarily forsaken from Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Okay. Something just hit my spirit. Isaiah. You know, like I said, you know, you can only blame it on Esau for so long, man. You can only have a victim mentality towards those people for so long. But when you actually examine the Israelite and you hear him talk, the things he takes pride in, man, not all of them, but a lot of them, the culture, it's causing on effect, man. Okay. This is Isaiah 30 and 20. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, should not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thy eyes shall see thy teachers. Okay. So our eyes are seeing our teachers, starting with the apostles at Great Millstone, man. Okay. Our eyes are seeing our teachers, starting with the apostles at Great Millstone. And, you know, for brothers that this applies to, which to one degree or another, it applies to all of us, man, because we've all pretty much embraced either the American culture or so-called black culture, man. Okay? we no more embrace this nigger culture, man. You know, a lot of us, we was raised under older, lost niggas. And if you weren't raised under an older, lost nigga, you might have been raised off of hip-hop music, man. You know, which Esau uses that to the forward the lost process, man. All right. 1 Peter 4. It says, I'm gonna start at verse 3. 1 Peter 4 and 3. I'm gonna start at 2, Salat. That he no longer shall live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men, but to the will of Yahweh. For the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles when we walked in lasciviousness, lust, excess of wine, revelings, banquetings, and abominable idolatries. Basically walking like the damn 2/3, man. We was part of that, man. Or living as the Romans, you know. It says we walked in lasciviousness, which is basically lust, fucking all these hoes, or aspiring to fuck all these hoes. I'm mimicking the nigger culture. Lust, excess of wine. Yeah, being a goddamn drunk, man. Yeah, bro, I was so goddamn fucked up, cuz. Man, I must have woke up like, man, how the hell I got home, fam? On God. All right. It says revelings, which are fights. Every time you see a video on World Star with some monkeys, some niggas got to fight at school, the bus stop, at the club, at church. It's nigga culture, man. All right. Banquetings. A nigga Jack ain't got no economic growth, no economic strength, broke as hell, but he always at a damn club where they're banqueting, man. Okay? And abominable idolatries. And despite your whole process, your whole destructive, self-inflicted genocidal process that you think in your mind, how you function in your mind, you still pray to goddamn Caesar Borgia and you think that's your Messiah, man. You really are disconnected in your mind, man. Wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you. Now, Jake think that you're lame because you're not a nigga, man. All right? But that's the point of the lesson, man. The nigger paradigm. Basically, Jake, you cause your own effect, man. All right? Because you have a belief system that makes all the evil and wickedness honorable and all the righteousness and stability within our nation and our heritage is dishonorable to you. It doesn't have an appeal to it, man. But with that, I hope you brothers are edified. To the next lesson, Shalom.